Everyone, in this video I'm going to share with you what I truly think about makeup collection videos. Now, I'm not trying to hate on anybody that do this kind of video or that does this kind of videos. I know there's big YouTubers that like to share this kind of makeup collection videos every 6 months. I know there's smaller channels that like to share, makeup collection videos as well. But with this video, my intention is just to share with you how they leave me feeling, how they make me feel after I watch, the influence that this kind of videos have on me, the one that it used to have on me, and I just not anymore. And the message that I think that every single video, subliminal message that I think that every single video send to the people that is watching it. And more than likely the YouTubers, I'm not trying to send this message, but they send it anyways because of the kind of content that they're producing in this kind of videos. At the end, I'm going to share with you the one container, it's pretty small, it's on my desk, that I'm planning to fit my makeup collection within a year and a half, 2 years at the most. But my goal is to make my makeup collection fit that one container that I'm going to share with you at the end of this video, in case that you're interested about that, and why it needs to fit there. Because if it doesn't fit there, it's going to be tossed or it's going to be given away. And why? So stay tuned for that. I'm going also to make a distinction between bigger collection and smaller collections, because they leave me feeling, thinking, and influenced in a completely different way. So I'm going to refer to big makeup collection and small makeup collections. That is going to be different from person to person, because what you may consider small is not small for me, or big is, not big for me, or whatever the case may be. But I think that after the video where I share with you guys the 5 YouTubers I unsubscribed from, I realized that there's a lot of people that are thinking in a different way, not the popular way, not following trends. And that inspired me to share with you a lot more of this kind of content that it's not popular, but it's, I just feel like connected with so many people that think in a similar way. That being an introvert like I'm an introvert, even though I'm here on YouTube on the weekends and during the week, I enjoy my alone time. I enjoy the time with my close, very close family, and I am not that kind of social butterfly that has a bunch of friends, that she stays in touch, not even through Facebook. No, I mean, I am a true introvert. I do need myself, the time for myself to recharge. Otherwise, when I'm with people, I feel like I'm giving away all my energy, so I need to find a balance. And so when you're an introvert, you feel like sometimes you feel alone. You feel like what you think, it's not the popular thing, and that other people is going to make fun of what you think or what you believe. And I realized with that video that's not the case. So there you go. I know I'm gonna find people that it's going to think that I'm crazy, that this is not right, that I'm clearly lost my mind, something is up with me, but that's okay. I mean, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. I have to say that when I used to watch bigger collections, like popular YouTubers uploading their bigger collections, they always made me feel like I was missing something. That they made me feel like every time I finished one of those videos, I wanted to close the computer and go buy something, a piece of furniture, a makeup, something that I saw there, an organizer, a shoe display thing, something. It always had me with that feeling that what I had, it wasn't good enough, that I could always improve, that I could always do better, and that I should, because that's the normal thing to do. It made me feel like I wasn't normal, like I wasn't aiming higher, that I was always kind of happy with Dollar Tree organizers and maybe little drawers, plastic drawers that I bought at Walmart. It made me feel like I didn't have enough. So at the time, I work harder so I could buy an Alex drawer, 5 drawers, so I could store my makeup. I work harder so I could go to Bed Bath & Beyond and get the organizer. It made me work harder so I could go and get clear containers so I could display my makeup. And I have to say that bigger makeup collections influenced most of the stuff that I bought. It was because I saw it in a makeup collection. Sadly, I didn't realize at the moment that the influence that was having on me was to go and purchase stuff. Always trying to be better, always trying to have more and better and more expensive things, because it made me see how maybe I was being cheap and I wasn't, you know, getting the stuff, the more expensive stuff, and it was showing because I didn't have the room that they had, and I didn't have the organizers that they had, and I didn't have the kind of makeup that they had. So it made me feel like I was always missing something. So the feeling that I got back then was that I needed more. Figuring out in my mind how I could work more hours, how I could put more effort so I could purchase more stuff. And that is a very sad thought now that I think about it, because now that I kind of step down, because I like to think that I step down from the consumerism and the buying stuff and the needing stuff, and now that I realize that I don't need that stuff, I look at myself and I'm like, I was so dumb. I'd probably look at myself 10 years from now and I'm like, when I was 35, I was so dumb. But now I look back when I was younger, you know, 3-4 years ago, and I'm like, what was I thinking? I didn't need that. It's not normal to have a big collection. It's not normal. Think about this. I'm gonna go purchase a house and be like, okay, I need 4 rooms, 1 for each one of my kids. I need 1 for myself and my husband. And then I need a 6th room because I'm going to need to store my collection. That's not normal. That's not normal. And how could that cross my mind? How could I think about that as being normal? That is the kind of influence that I was mentioning on my last video. How could I be influenced enough to completely change what I think? And how can I be influenced to believe that that's the normal thing to do? I mean, that's how it made me feel. It made me feel like I was missing on stuff, that I was being cheap, and that I could work hard so I could have all those things, that they were normal at the time. So then let's move on to what I think is the message that they are trying to send you without even wanting. We're still talking about big collections right now. I think that the message that each one of those videos send you, the subliminal message, is that it's the normal. That is the normal thing to have. It's normal to have a lot of makeup. It's normal to have, and even though they do those disclaimers that they get PR, or that this is their job, or that this is, they always put it in a way that it makes me feel like they want people to see it as normal. Like their lifestyle, it's so cool, it's so much better than yours, that for her, that is the normal. So again, we start to wish we could be that person, that we could have that lifestyle, that we could work that way, that we could make money that way, and that inspire us to become somebody else. I mean, that is what I feel that it was happening to me back then. I wanted to become them, so those things that they have and those ways that they manage their life become my reality, my normal. Because if I look at myself back then, my normal was nothing like that. I mean, nothing like it. So how, I mean, the subliminal message for me, which is probably different from what you got, was that I needed to do something. I needed to become somebody else in order to have those normal things and be a normal person, successful, normal, successful person. That's a message that I got, and that's sad. Now, today, when I look at those videos, I see something completely different. I see a lot of money being wasted. and I see, and I'm not saying that the YouTubers buying those stuff for their videos is a waste. I'm saying that sometimes they get PR and they get one of each foundations and they keep them all. There's some YouTubers that will donate them, but most of the time they keep it all for display purposes because they're gonna do swatches on a video. Whatever the case may be, I feel like that's a waste from the company perspective and their money, and from the person perspective that is sharing the video. I just see those videos and they make me sick to my stomach. And I know that it's not a popular thing because every time I've mentioned that to somebody who's into those videos, they say, ah, you're jealous. I'm not. Believe me, I'm not. I would never want to have that. Maybe if you asked me 3 years ago, I would say yes. Oh, I would want a room like that. Again, I was being influenced by those kind of videos that I was obsessing over. But right now, I look at myself and I'm like, what? Why would I want that? Why would I want a room full of makeup? Why would I want to have all... I'm not going to sell them. I'm not going to put them in display so people can come and, you know, I'm going to purchase it. I'm not Ulta. I'm not Sephora. I do not need all this stuff. And what are you going to do when next month's PR get there? What are you and I see people that instead of getting rid of stuff, they get bigger rooms, they get a bigger house, they demolish a wall. I've seen that. And so they can make the room bigger. And I'm like, what? Why? I do not understand why that is something that anybody would want to do. And now I see it that way. So now what influences me and what inspires me is watching smaller makeup collections, which I think it's totally the opposite of the message, the feeling, and the influence that I get from bigger collections. Now when I look at small makeup collection, that inspires me. I mean, it inspires me to declutter. It inspires me to start a new project pan. It inspires me to donate stuff that I'm not using, to donate stuff that sometimes, you know, I would purchase something and it's still in the box and I haven't used it. And if I haven't used it, it's probably because I'm not interested. And I purchased it because I wanted to purchase it at the time and I thought it was a great idea, and it's not. So now that I look back, I realize how those bigger collections were influencing me in a way that I don't want to be influenced anymore. And I feel sad because most of the kids watch those kind of videos, and I'm talking about kids, you know, younger. I have an 18-year-old son. So for me, 18, it's a kid. When I look at those girls that are 18, they're working and they're going to college, and that they're spending their money, hard-earned money, that you could be spending on other things being a college student. When I see that they're purchasing Alex's drawers to store in a college dorm, it really makes me sick. Not because they have a problem, or because I truly believe that you can do whatever you want with your money, and you should do whatever you want with your money. But at the same time, I feel like, I mean, what a huge influence you have on people. With a small collection, with a big collection, use it wisely, you know? Think about the kind of message you're sending. Think about the kind of role model you're being to other people. And think about that when you're putting a video out there on YouTube, people are going to watch it and they not necessarily will be in the same stage of your life. They could be a 13-year-old, an 18-year-old, an 80-year-old. You don't know where they are, and they're going to see it in a different way. If they're younger, you're going to inspire them. And younger kids are believing that's the right thing to do. That's what they should do with their money. And that's sad, but I guess that's how we are living nowadays. This is the way that society works today in 2018. And it's evolving into something that it's influencing more and more younger kids, because there's technology today that it wasn't here, you know, 15 years ago. And I think it's sad to see it, but at the same time, I think it's a learning curve that we all have to go through sometimes to learn and move on. You know, it's things that you cannot skip. But I hope that if you are a parent of somebody in that age who's being influenced by videos, whatever kind of video it is, I hope that you have the ability to talk to them, and that your influence, it's bigger than the YouTuber's influence. But if you love makeup, if you love big makeup collections, if you love to buy new stuff and you have the means to do it, by all means, if that makes you happy, you should totally follow your heart and do that. Because there is not a right way of living or wrong way of living. It's just the way you choose to live and the way you choose to be happy with what you have. So if I always say the same thing, but if money makes you happy, well, good news is you can work hard enough to have it. For people who money is not such a big deal and they're looking for other things, then that's when you have to find your own happiness. That's when your journey starts, to see what really makes you happy and what really encourages you, influences you, and takes you in the direction where you want to go to achieve your goals. So finally, I'm gonna move on to the container where I'm hoping to fit all, well, it's not this one in particular, but it's this shape and it's this size, and this is it. This is my goal for 2018, or at least try to get as much as I can to a smaller collection like this in 2018. My husband and I, we bought a tiny home, and our plans are to live tiny. So that means that my drawers are gonna have to find a new home. That means that my makeup collection is going to have to be amazing, because whatever is going to fit here, it better work, because otherwise it's going to be given away or going in the garbage. So I guess this 2018 is going to give me, or I'm going to try to get out of 2018 all the knowledge that I can with products that work for me. And I'm going to start to be a little bit more picky of what I keep and what I pan and what I give away and what I declutter, because my life and my journey is to live tiny, because I don't need stuff to be happy, and that's what I realized for myself. So an entire makeup collection here, it sounds impossible, but I'm telling you I'm getting there. Those drawers are getting empty. The hauls are not getting in. I'm not spending money on makeup, and I think that is the only way that I can achieve my goal of live tiny. I mean, that container is pretty big for what I'm hoping to be, you know, after living in my tiny home for a while. Now, I was thinking to do a tour of my tiny home and how I've been organizing it, because it's something that I've been enjoying a lot, that I've been trying to find different ways of making things fit in a way that it's organized, that I can find everything, that I can use everything. And so I was planning to do a tiny house tour in organization, so hopefully by next week. Let me know if you're interested. If you're interested in tiny living and stuff, and if you'd like to get to know my new house. In the meantime, in 2018 and probably into the first months of 2019, I will still be decluttering my makeup collection. I will still be panning. I will still be working through the stuff that I have and decluttering my entire house. I decluttered my closet already, and for my clothes, I'm gonna have to have 3 of this when I move to my new tiny house. So that's gonna be interesting. But I'm getting there. I'm doing a lot of progress. My closet, it's been organized. The kitchen, it's halfway there. I donated boxes and boxes. I fill in the back of my van with boxes and everything to donate. I already took them. It's a process, but I'm excited. I can't wait. And if you guys are interested, I can share my journey, and you guys can follow my journey of living tiny, thinking tiny. I mean, people say that you should think bigger. bigger, think bigger. Well, I'm thinking tinier. And tiny. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video, that it gave you an idea of what I think about them, and that they made you think something. So maybe what I feel after I watch these videos and the influence that I get after watching a bigger collection video, then maybe you get the same feelings, and now you can acknowledge them. When you watch a small makeup collection, maybe you see it in your newsfeed or whatever, and you don't even click on it because you're not interested in seeing something that small. But maybe with this video, I can encourage you to do it and be encouraged and be influenced by thinking in a simple way. But if that's not what you want, if you want to live big, if you want a bigger house, a bigger car, a bigger collection, a bigger room for your collection, by all means follow your heart, because that's all we can do in this world. So anyways, thanks again for watching this video. Let me know what you think about tiny living, and if you're interested in that series, because if you're interested, I can share it with you guys soon. See you on my next video.